Hi, this is Ken Stiles, the Pragmatic Professor, here to offer some insights and advice based on my 35 years of teaching college. So, a term that comes up a lot in college settings and in society as a whole is entitlement. So, are you entitled? Well, it's a good question. It's all very subjective, ultimately. But what we see is that it's kind of a generational thing. People over 40 have a tendency to think that people under 30 think that they're entitled to things. So, here's a question. What does that really mean? And is it a bad thing? Well, I like to compare it to dogs and cats. Okay? Dogs seem to be grateful for everything they have. I don't know if that's because they originally were tamed by joining a group of humans and just being lucky that they got scraps from the table. Cats, on the other hand, always seem to think that they deserve a little bit more. Maybe that's because they used to be worshipped by Egyptians or something, I don't know. But a lot of older people think that they are dogs, but that young people are cats. And it has to do with what people think they deserve, on the one hand, what you think you deserve, and what other people think you deserve. And if there's a big gap between these two things, that can be a bit of a problem. Okay? In general, society, in the United States at least, says that your effort and your rewards should be roughly the same. Okay? People get resentful when they see folks who just, are born into money, for example. We're not British in that way here in the United States. On the other hand, they feel bad when somebody works very hard and doesn't seem to have a whole lot to show for it. There's this sense that part of fairness is that what you get out of life should be proportional to what you put into life. Now, a lot of older folks, right, people over 40, sometimes feel that they didn't get as much for their effort as they think they deserve, that their effort was greater than their reward. And that can lead to some bitterness, some frustration, right, and sometimes they can lash out at other people. On the other hand, when you are approaching an older person, you need to be thinking this through. You need to ask yourself, what does that authority figure, your teacher, the administrator you're talking to, think I deserve? And try to anticipate this entitlement pushback, right? Try to make sure that you're not asking for more than you likely deserve. That's a tricky thing. You have to put yourself into the mind of somebody else in order not to stir up these kinds of bitter feelings. Okay. So, for example, students often feel that the grade they got wasn't a fair grade. I can tell you that almost every teacher in the world feels that the grade was fair. Right? So, right out of the gate, what you have is a perception problem. The teacher thinks that you didn't put in enough effort to get a better grade, and you think that you did. And ultimately, it comes down to the facts. And so, if you're going to argue for a better grade, go for it. Don't have very high expectations, right? Chances are the teacher gave you the best grade that she thought you could get. But come in armed with facts. Use the syllabus as ammunition. Make a case the way a lawyer would in a courtroom. Provide evidence that you did what was expected, that you fulfilled the requirements. Maybe bring in a paper or an assignment or a test from some other student in the class who got a better score and show that your contribution was equal. These are the kinds of things that might work, but just be forewarned that you might not get very far with it. Okay? If you're going to ask for favors, that's fine. But just understand that you're not going to be getting favors just necessarily because of who you are, but because of certain reasons. And so get those reasons in place as you ask for favors, but don't hesitate to ask for them as well. So I hope that that's a bit helpful in understanding a little bit why some people might think you're entitled when you don't think you are. And that's what I've got. This is Ken Stiles, the Pragmatic Professor, wishing you all the best. So thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful to you. Make sure to comment and like and share and watch for other videos. And of course, the views expressed are my own and not necessarily those of any institutions with which I've been affiliated over the years. Take care. Bye-bye.